Hi, this is Maria again. Today I bring to you a prenatal yin yoga practice. A couple of disclaimers before we start. I don't have children of my own, so I don't have any personal experience with pregnancy, childbirth, or yoga during pregnancy. I'm basing my knowledge on my sequencing that I offer you today or offer in my studio every day. No, no, no. Hi, this is Maria again. Today I bring to you a prenatal yin yoga practice. Before we start, a couple of disclaimers. I don't have children of my own, so I don't have any personal experience with pregnancy, childbirth, or yoga during pregnancy. I'm basing my sequencing and all the knowledge on the research that I've done over the years, and of course, watching my pregnant students and seeing what works for them and what doesn't. And I have to say that everybody is different. For example, traditionally, it's not recommended that pregnant women lie on their back because it may cut off circulation to vena cava. However, I see many women enjoy this position without any discomfort. Same goes for deep twists. Some women cannot stand them. Some women really love them. So I invite you to develop a really intimate dialogue with your body. And what a beautiful time to do it now when you're carrying not only your life inside, but the life of your baby as well. To really trust your intuition, to be reasonable and to know how to stop before your edge, not to go further than necessary, to know what's good for you and what's not good for you. And yin practice is very good for that. It's slow and soft, and you can really pay attention to your sensations. That said, there is a real precaution for the yin practice in particular. As you may know, in the yin practice, we hold poses for a very long time. And during pregnancy, there is a hormone that's being released and floods your body called relaxin. And this hormone stretches and softens your ligaments. And there is a real risk that with the yin practice or with any long or deep stretching, you can damage your ligaments because you just won't feel when it's enough, and it will actually probably feel good. So the rule of thumb here is that if you practice yin yoga before pregnancy and you know where your limit is in terms of how deep you go or how long you stay in the pose, just use that as a baseline and don't go further. Maybe even do a little bit less than you did before pregnancy. If you have never practiced yin yoga before pregnancy and just starting now, that's fine too. Just go into a comfortable position that feels nice and then take it back a notch. During this practice, I'll make sure that none of the poses are more than 1.5 minutes. And if you do your practice alone at home, also make sure that you don't hold poses for a very long time. Like sometimes in the yin practice, we hold poses for 7 minutes, for 5 minutes. Don't do that during your pregnancy, just in case. So that said, let's dive right into the practice. You can sit cross-legged like I am sitting. Maybe you need a little something under your bum, like a cushion or a blanket so that your knees are more comfortable. Go for it. For the practice today, we will need a little blanket and a bowl. If you don't have a bowl, The same thing can be done with a chair or a stool. So, but having a ball is really nice, and especially when you have your baby, the baby is going to enjoy it. Or if you have already other children or a child, even now the child will enjoy it. So it's a good idea to get one. Close your eyes. And just notice how you're feeling right now. What's happening with your body? What's happening outside? All the sensations of the world. What's happening inside? Allow your spine to be naturally tall without being rigid, without forcing. Just growing a little bit taller through the crown of your head, but at the same time relaxing the hips, relaxing the shoulders, and relaxing the face. Bring your hands on your belly in whatever way you want. One hand on top of the other, maybe fingers touching, or however you want to do it. Maybe even rub your belly a couple of rounds and then stay still and just notice the life that you're carrying. Connect with it. Connect with your breath. See if you can bring your breath into your belly. Allowing the belly to gently expand as you inhale and fall down as you exhale. Depending on where in your pregnancy you are, the movement of your belly may be barely noticeable or very big. Either way, it's perfectly fine. Simply connect with it, acknowledge it, and keep your breathing to your belly. The next few rounds of breathing, we're going to do it together, and I'm going to count from 1 to 5 on every inhale and from 1 to 5 on every exhale. This technique allows you to relax a little bit more, focusing on your breath. It's actually used in the hypnobirthing method. I don't know if you heard about it or not. But in any case, it's a very good breathing technique that is calming. So it's good to have as a tool. So let's exhale all the air out. And now inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. And relax your hands. Relax your breathing. And see, maybe it changed a little bit from the very beginning of the practice. You can open your eyes or keep them closed. We're going to start with a butterfly pose. You can continue sitting on a blanket if that feels better, or you can sit on the floor. Your feet will be together or maybe a little bit apart. It really depends on how you're feeling. Maybe give your feet a little bit of a massage before starting the pose. Maybe give your legs a little bit of a massage. And then you can take a ball or a chair and put it comfortably in between your feet and your body. Depending on how big your belly is, of course you will need, maybe you need some space between your belly and the ball, or maybe you can just hug it like this. It's totally up to you. Find something that works well, that allows your shoulders to be relaxed, your face to be relaxed, your neck to be soft. Perhaps you want to rock gently from one side to the other. Go for it. Using this prop, whether it's a ball or a chair, will help you not to go too far, too deep, to potentially overstretch your ligaments. I'm going to stay here for about 1.5 minutes. You can continue with this rocking movement throughout the whole duration of the pose, or you can find stillness at some point and just hang here. Scan your body all the time and notice if there is any unnecessary tension that can be released right now. A lot of times we tense up without even noticing it. So it's good to create a habit of this quick, gentle scanning of the body, not only on your yoga mat, but in your daily life. The more you release and soften, the more you relax, the easier your day will be. Very slowly start coming out of the pose. Set the ball or your chair aside. If you want to, you can bring your feet flat on the floor, your hands behind your back. And maybe do windshield wiper movements with your knees. Maybe turn your head from side to side. If this movement doesn't feel good, do something else. or just be still. Come back up to center. I'm going to use a blanket under my bum. You may or may not need it. And open up both legs like this. Again, remember about your ligaments that they're very soft and stretchy right now. So if it's easy for you to open up really wide apart, take it down a notch and make the stance a little bit narrower. Take your ball or chair and if it is, let's do this. We'll do a side stretch first. So take your ball on the outside of your left leg, and I like to do it this way personally. I bring my elbow either on a ball or a chair, bring my hand behind my head, and the other hand behind the head as well, and open through the heart, through the side body here. This is one variation. You don't have to do this one. Maybe you are more open. You can take a bit of a deeper stretch, remembering that you don't want to go too deep. If you don't like to have your right arm over your head, it can always go behind your back. You can ditch the ball completely and bring your hand onto your foot. The important part here is to keep this side open, your right side open. Chest wants to turn to the sky. If your top arm is up, then it wants to turn up as well. And maybe head, maybe your gaze is up. If it's not comfortable, it can be anywhere else, wherever your neck is fine. Slowly come back to center. Maybe take a little forward stretch, rocking your shoulders a little bit. And then we'll take the same position on the other side. Don't assume that on the other side it's going to be the same exact position. Maybe the other side is more or less open, and you can take it a little bit deeper or a little less deep. But keep in mind that you don't want to go beyond your edge pre-pregnancy. Or if you're not sure what it is, then definitely take it back a notch from wherever you feel very comfortable. And come back to center. Take the ball forward, stretch forward, maybe rock your shoulders, maybe move from one foot to the other. And if you want to, you can bring the ball closer to you and also take a little very gentle forward fold, rounding your spine. Maybe even putting your forehead or your cheek on the ball. Come back to center. Take your legs forward, perhaps give them a little massage with your fingers or maybe with your fists. And then take your fingertips behind your back and just gently open your heart. Perhaps you want to take your head back or maybe turn it from one side to the other. Or maybe up and down. And from here, we're going to make our way onto all fours. If your knees are bothering you on the floor, you can always use your blanket for padding. The tops of your feet can be on the floor, or maybe you tuck your toes on the floor. Wrists right under your shoulders, knees right under your hips. Now let's move a little bit here from one side to the other with the hips. Very slowly and mindfully. If you want to, you can move your head in the opposite direction from your hips. Try to keep soft breath, very smooth and steady. Gaze is down so that the back of your neck is relaxed. Next time your hips are on the right side, keep them there. Come back to center, bring your hips to the left side, keep them there. And come back to center. Inhale, arch your back if it feels okay. And exhale, round your back if it feels okay. If not, continue with the hip movement. Inhale forward and exhale back. One more time. Inhale forward and exhale up and back. Now bring your knees far apart, your big toes to touch. You may need a blanket behind between your sit bones and your heel. And you may want a ball for your child's pose here. This will be a nice stretch in your shoulders. Or you may just go into a regular child's pose. If you have some kind of a cushion or another blanket, you can put it under your head or under your chest. We'll stay here for about 1.5 minutes. Find a comfortable position for your arms. You can take your hands to your upper back. Maybe give yourself a little massage. Your neck, shoulders, your skull. Or maybe you want to take your hands back, or perhaps on the lower back. Play with it and figure out what works for you. Very soft pose, soft breath, soft thoughts. Soft heart. Take 3 more breaths here. And slowly come back up. You can come onto all fours. Maybe stretch one leg and then the other. Or if you're familiar with downward facing dog and want to go there, go for it. Straightening both legs. Bringing your weight all the way to the back of the pose. And here too, you can stretch your legs by walking them out a little bit. Maybe take your hips from side to side. Shake your head yes or no. And then slowly walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands, or however you want to get your hands and feet together. And come all the way up when you're ready. And we're going to come to squat pose. Depending on the openness of your hips, maybe you take your feet to the edges of your mat if you use a mat. If you don't use a mat, more or less like this, wider than hip width distance. If your hips are quite open, you can sit very low like this. Bring your elbows into your knees so that your spine gets tall. Sometimes when we start, we try to get the shoulders into the knees and see how that makes me look down and like the back is all rounded, slouching. So try to get tall right here. Maybe take your head from side to side, stay here, maybe rock a little bit. If this is not an option for you, take your chair or a ball, and the same thing. Open your feet wide, bring your elbows into your knees, and maybe roll from side to side. Same tall spine. This pose releases the lower back, releases the hips. Slowly come out. And come to a comfortable seated position. Inhale, take your right arm up. Walk your left hand to the left and come to a side stretch. Maybe your gaze is up. Maybe your gaze is forward or down. Relax your shoulders. If you want to, you can move your right arm in some way, or you can just put it behind your back or on your knee, on your thigh. Remember, it's your practice. You take my suggestions, try them out. If they work, awesome. If they don't work, find an adjustment for yourself that feels right. Come back to center, fingertips behind your back. Open through your heart. Maybe take your head up and down or semicircle. And Then the same stretch on the other side. Right hand down, left arm up, shoulders relaxed, side of the body open, chest open. Maybe your gaze is up, only if it's fine with your neck. Maybe move your arm. Come back to center, fingertips behind your back. Open up your heart. Take your chin down to your chest. Put your feet flat on the floor. Take your bowl. And we're going to go into Shavasana. We'll try it with the chair or the ball under your legs because it's really a nice release for your lower back. You can even put your blanket either under the head or under your sacrum, under your bum. That can help release the lower back even more. If you have two blankets, of course, you can put one under your head and the other under your bum. And if lying on your back is not a good option for you, then lie on your side. It's usually recommended to lie on the left side. But again, it's really a personal choice as far as I understand. Maybe you want to lie in a fetal position with your knees bent, or maybe just in one straight line. If you are on your back with your legs on a chair, simply stay still. If you have a ball, you may want to roll the ball from side to side gently. Gentle twisting movements before you settle in the middle. When you settle down, allow your body to become very, very heavy, to sink into the floor. And all your muscles soften, relax, and release. Scan your body one more time and see if there is any tension that can be let go of right this second, simply by paying attention to it. If you want to, you can bring your hands onto your belly. Connecting with your breath. Connecting with your baby. Soften your face. Especially your forehead, your jaw. Bring kindness to your eyes. And see if you can add a slight smile, an inner smile to your mouth. Does it change your experience right now to have this kind, gentle smile? If you want to, you can imagine taking the smile and depositing it anywhere in your body that you think you need it. Your heart, any organ that you think could use it. Pass it on to your baby. Do whatever feels good. You can stay in this pose for as long as you like, as long as you have time for. The longer you relax like this, the better. Actually, it is recommended that we do Shavasana pose, final relaxation pose, for 20 minutes a day, even if we don't do any other practice. Just being relaxed like this creates a world of good for our nervous system, for our body, our mind, and our heart. So if you can, stay here. Or if you're ready to come out, and slowly release the ball, turn onto your fetal position if you're not there already. And when you feel ready, come back up. Take a comfortable seat. Find a tall spine once again. Tall yet relaxed. Your body is alert but soft. Remember this kind inner smile in your eyes and your mouth. Everywhere in your body where you put it. And maybe throughout your day, you can take little pauses here and there. And just notice, is the smile still here? Or do I need to bring it in again? Bring your hands to your heart. Thank yourself for being here, for doing this practice. Bring your hands on your belly. Thank your baby for being here, for doing this practice with you. And I thank you very much for the opportunity to connect with you, even if it's not in person. Namaste.